Mikhail Tal versus Vladimir Soloviev, 1955, a meeting of the legendary attacking style and the solid Soviet school.
Tal is facing the king's Indian defense here. It's a setup that usually invites a chaotic struggle for the initiative.
Both sides complete their early development. Tal has established a strong presence in the center.
He's claiming a significant space advantage. In the KID, white usually tries to squeeze black before the counter-strike arrives.
Tal castles queenside. He's signaling his intentions for an aggressive game.
Opposite side castling almost guarantees a race. It's a signal that the board is about to split into two separate battles.
Tal begins pushing his kingside pawns. The G-pawn is already on the move.
He's trying to create a storm. Notice the purple squares on the kingside. They are contested, but Tal is pushing to turn them red.
Soloviev responds with his own expansion on the queenside, pushing the B-pawn.
It's a classic race. Soloviev knows he can't stop the kingside attack, so he's trying to create a counter-threat against Tal's king.
Tal sacrifices the knight on B6, and the rook recaptures.
A calculated trade. He's removing a key defender and disrupting the coordination of black's queenside pieces.
The knight moves to G6. The pressure on the kingside is mounting.
The heat map is shifting. The white influence is bleeding into black's territory, and Soloviev is starting to look cramped.
Tal gives up a bishop on F5. He's opening the G file.
He's not looking for material, he's looking for lines. Opening that file is worth more than a bishop when you're hunting a king.
Another sacrifice follows on F4, and the queen enters the fray.
Tal is systematically dismantling the pawn cover. It's a bit like peeling an onion. Layer by layer, the king is exposed.
The rooks are repositioning. Tal is preparing a final breakthrough.
The board is turning crimson around the black king. Soloviev is playing for a miracle now, as his pieces are purely reactive.
Soloviev tries to create some counterplay with his A-pawn.
Well, that's one way to spend a move. Pushing a pawn on the edge of the board while your king is under siege is a desperate gesture.
Tal brings his bishop back into the attack, eyeing the G7 square.
He's aligning his pieces for a knockout. The tension is unbearable. He's just waiting for the right moment to strike.
The rook is sacrificed on G7. The black rook captures back.
The decisive blow. By forcing the rook to G7, Tal has effectively stripped the king of its last remaining shield.
The black king is forced into the corner. There is very little room to breathe.
It's a mating net. The coordination of the white pieces is now absolute, and Soloviev is just delaying the inevitable.
Tal brings his king forward. He's improving his position for the final phase.
A touch of luxury. He knows the game is won, so he's ensuring there are no fluke counterattacks before the end.
The final breakthrough comes with E5, forcing the issue.
The center collapses. Once the e-pawn moves, the remaining black defenses simply evaporate.
The game concludes. White wins after a clinical exhibition of attacking chess.
Pure Tal, he didn't just win a game of chess, he orchestrated a collapse.